Have you ever heard of a plant that grows so fast, it feels as if it's laughing at time? A tiny green speck on the surface of water can, in just a few days, turn into a whole carpet, and within a month produce enough protein to feed a person. Protein that contains all the amino acids our body needs. Protein that scientists have compared to eggs, meat, and chicken, and it grows on its own, without fertilizers, soil, tractors, or chemicals. Imagine walking past a pond, seeing a thin green film on the water and thinking, "What slime?" Yet in reality, you are passing by one of the most powerful sources of food on the planet. This plant is called duckweed. In scientific circles, it's sometimes called lemna, but in essence, it's almost a magical little wonder of nature. It literally grows on water, and it grows at an incredible speed. Amazingly, it can double its mass every 2 to 3 days, turning a small handful into a bucket, and in a month into a ton of protein. And this isn't fantasy. It's mathematics confirmed by observation and research. But speed is only part of the story. The most remarkable thing is its ability to provide complete protein, all 9 essential amino acids, in the perfect balance for humans. In other words, it's a plant-based food that could replace tens of kilograms of conventional meat without any complex technology. You might ask, why have we never heard of it? Duckweed has an incredible history. In Southeast Asia, it was known thousands of years ago. In Thailand, it was called phum. In Myanmar, yachayan. People harvested it from rice fields not out of hunger, but because it was a valuable and reliable source of protein. Fish in duckweed-covered ponds grew healthy and strong. Pigs and chickens gained weight faster, and rice fields seemed to flourish on their own. People in these regions understood one thing clearly: duckweed delivers results. Even without knowledge of science, amino acids, or nitrogen cycles, they could see the results with their own eyes. Today, NASA scientists studying duckweed for space missions describe it as the perfect space crop. Fast-growing, nutritious, self-sustaining, capable of cleaning water, and producing high-quality protein. Amazingly, even today in developed countries, duckweed is often classified as an invasive species and banned from commercial cultivation. Yet in nature, it grows everywhere, and anyone can easily start their own small mini factory pond. Why is this? Perhaps because it disrupts conventional models of protein production, making many industries and technologies almost unnecessary. And that's not all. Duckweed is more than just food. It's a tiny green filter that cleans water, absorbing nitrogen, phosphorus, and even heavy metals. Water that could poison rivers becomes a source of nutrition. It's almost as if nature created a mini factory that simultaneously feeds, purifies, and restores ecosystems. You can take a plastic container, a little water, and a handful of plants, and in a couple of weeks, watch nature work miracles right before your eyes. Stories of people who use duckweed are astonishing. In some villages in Bangladesh, poor families cultivated it when other food sources were too expensive or unavailable. In the Mekong Delta, elders remember the old ways. A duckweed pond was like a small factory of protein and vitamins, requiring no chemistry or fertilizers, with results that were obvious: healthy fish, strong livestock, less labor, more food. This knowledge was passed down for generations, and the system worked until colonial regimes disrupted the natural cycles. Now imagine the full power of this tiny green film. It grows anywhere, almost without cost, at incredible speed, produces complete protein, cleans water, and can feed both humans and animals simultaneously. It's almost magic, and it's accessible to everyone. And the most amazing part, you can start today. All you need is a handful of duckweed, a container of water, and a bit of patience. It seems unbelievable, but it's true. A small, unassuming plant that millions of people in Asia have used for centuries could today become your secret source of food, health, and energy. It grows while the world around calls it slime or a weed, proving that sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. Now let's look at duckweed from another angle, through the lens of science, technology, and the possibilities it opens for the modern world. Imagine a plant that could spark a genuine revolution in food production, yet grows on water as if laughing at all the rules of modern agriculture. People who first saw it in laboratories reported that they could hardly believe their eyes. Tiny green leaves doubled before them, absorbing substances normally considered pollutants and turning them into complete protein. Yes, exactly that. Duckweed can purify water, removing excess nitrogen, phosphorus, and even heavy metals. And while doing this, it grows and produces high-quality protein. It's as if nature combined three functions into one: a filter, a protein factory, and a tiny living energy generator. Scientists in Bangladesh described projects where wastewater from urban areas was passed through duckweed ponds, and the output water became suitable for irrigation while the harvested duckweed fed fish. In essence, waste turned into food. But it's not only modern research that is astonishing. The history of duckweed use is remarkable. In the Mekong Delta, elders still remember that duckweed was once part of the everyday diet. People recall that even when agriculture was entirely manual, they could provide enough protein for their whole family simply thanks to small ponds of this plant. In Laos and Cambodia, duckweed was harvested from rice fields in a way that didn't hinder the rice, but helped it. Water remained oxygen-rich, plants grew better, and fish in the fields were healthier. And this was long before scientists understood nitrogen cycles and protein synthesis. An even more remarkable fact: duckweed is one of the fastest-growing plants on Earth. It can produce protein tens of times more efficiently than soybean or corn fields, and it doesn't require large areas, chemicals, fertilizers, or equipment. In a small plastic container in your backyard, you can obtain as much protein as on an acre of conventional crops. And the plant not only feeds, but also purifies water, making the process almost magical. Scientists in multiple countries have repeatedly conducted experiments. In 2009, researchers at Rutgers University studied the amino acid profile of duckweed and noted that it contains all the amino acids humans need, almost in perfect proportions. Even methionine, which is often limiting, is present in sufficient quantities. In Germany, researchers conducted human trials, feeding people duckweed, and found that protein digestibility was over 90%, comparable to eggs, yet as a plant-based source, it is cheaper, faster, and more environmentally friendly. Yet the world somehow ignores this marvel. In the United States, duckweed is classified as an aquatic invasive species, and its cultivation is regulated almost as strictly as industrial chemicals. In 37 states, a permit is required for cultivation. Transporting it across state lines can result in fines, and in some places, owning the plant is outright prohibited. It seems absurd. After all, this plant has been safely consumed for thousands of years and was even chosen to feed astronauts. But that is the modern world. Sometimes efficiency and simplicity, which threaten established systems, are treated as enemies. Duckweed can also integrate into modern home and urban food systems. People use it for aquaponics. Fish eat duckweed, their waste fertilizes the water, and duckweed processes the excess nutrients, purifying the water. It's nearly a closed loop. Plant grows to fish feed to fertilizer returns to duckweed grows again. And this entire system can fit in a backyard, on a rooftop, or even in a plastic container on a balcony. Some farmers in the US and Europe have already started experimenting with duckweed as an alternative to expensive feed for chickens, fish, and pigs. They report that eggs become more nutrient-rich, fish grow faster, and feed costs drop dramatically. People say it's almost like having a mini protein factory at home. But the most astonishing thing is speed. Few plants in the world can produce protein so quickly. A small handful becomes a bucket becomes several buckets, and within a month, you may have more protein than you can use. Scientists have said that 1 square meter of water can produce enough protein in a month to fully feed one person. A small leaf, often dismissed as a weed or slime, is actually a concentrated source of health, energy, and resilience. And here lies the true magic of duckweed. It combines as many functions as a conventional technology or farm would require decades to achieve. It grows, feeds, purifies water, strengthens ecosystems, requires almost no investment, and can be accessible to anyone. Stories from Asia, NASA research, university experiments around the world all point to duckweed as one of the most underestimated natural resources ever discovered by humanity. Imagine this: you could be part of this remarkable process. A small container, a handful of plants, a little patience, and you witness nature working miracles with your own eyes. Duckweed turns water into food, pollution into protein, a tiny surface into a source of energy. And all of this without chemicals, without costs, without complex technologies, just water, sunlight, and life. And the most incredible part, it's not science fiction or theory. People are already doing this today. Farmers in developing countries use duckweed to feed fish and chickens. Families grow it at home. Urban farmers integrate it into aquaponic systems. And ancient knowledge from Asia comes alive again. Anyone who observes duckweed says it's almost magical, a plant that laughs at time, grows where you least expect it, and gives more than you could imagine.